G'day guys, this is my E36 street/track build. At the moment I am working on the manual swap. So as you can see under here, we've got the gearbox in there. There's my dog. I've been through a bit of trouble with this, taken the box on and off a couple times. I've recently found out that I've got the wrong starter motor, so I'm working on getting that guy off at the moment, which as you can see is not an easy job. This is a 318i, so it's an M43 engine, B19 I think it's called. And I've got a fair few parts to put on it as well, so once the manual swap's done, I've got one springs. I need to put a new steering rack on it. I've got pretty much all the accessories for a whole new engine. I've got an M44 engine to put in it as well, but who knows if we'll do that. I've got the adjustable camber arms. I've got one sitting there, and I've got one brand new in the box. So yeah, I've got my spare diff. I forget, I don't really know gear ratios that well. Drive shaft, exhaust, everything else to go back on it once this is all done. So I'm going to work on getting the starter motor off, and I will check in with you guys after that. And there you have it, got the starter motor off. It was actually not as hard as I thought it was going to be, but it's not super easy. I've got to take the dipstick out, a couple cables, all that stuff. My old model starter motor doesn't have threads in it, so I had a nut on either side. Made it a lot harder to take it off, but we got there in the end. I've got a E30 starter motor on order coming in because I've got a lightened E30 flywheel in there and I didn't realize the starter motors weren't compatible. So that's where I'm at with this at the moment. I'd love to piece together the bottom, but I know I'm going to need access to put the new starter motor back in. So I reckon we might go for camber arms. Somebody watching probably knows, but these bolts have to come out and then these bolts have to come out. So wheels got to come off, and diff might have to come out too, but I'm hoping not. Never really messed with adjustable stuff too much, but it looks like it's about the right size. So I'm just going to set it to pretty much stock and we'll go from there. This bolt here is holding the front end of the diff in, so I might try to undo this and just see if I can push the bottom of the diff up a little bit and get this bolt out. As I feared, doesn't look like this wants to come out with the diff in it. I'm gonna finish taking this side out and hope I can get this out somehow, because I don't feel like taking the diff out today. So the diff dropped down and it's loose now, but I still can't get the bolt out. Just putting everything back together after I unbolted it, hoping to do some upgrades. Don't want to take the diff out today, I'm just not feeling it, so I'll come back to this another time. That'll be it for today. I don't have anything else to do and I've quickly run out of motivation. So when I get my starter motor, I'll come back for the new starter motor. I will hopefully get the thing going, go for a drive, then I'll do the camber arms. I think that's why I put it all back together, because I just want to drive this thing. It's been a while. The day has finally come. The starter motor is here and we are putting it on right now, boys. We're getting it done. So this is the old starter. Big spline, bit of a difference there. So hopefully this solves our problem. Kind of want to paint this, but I'm holding back. It's going, you're never going to see it, so no point. Some hydration, and I just bought a Boss kit as well. So this will be for my steering wheel. Comes with a little thingy. Gresham, if you're in Australia, this guy's really cool. Pretty helpful. Delivery's in like 2 days, and he's got heaps of parts at a good price. So for your starter motor wires, you've got a 12, 13, and an 8mm. Okay, so 8mm, 13 starters, and that's the 10mm. So these two guys here, that one, oh, there's no focus there. Those two are your starter wires, the two big ones. This one here is the 13, and this one there, which you can just see, that's the 8mm. So let's get it back on. Realize that I have to put these nuts back on. It's the most annoying part about working on one of these cars, I think, is the starter motor. The early model starter motor. I don't know if I explained it, but if anyone wants to know why I'm using an E30 starter motor instead of an E36 starter, it's because I have a lightened chrome something whatever E30 starter motor. I bought this car off a mate and he had all the parts ready to swap into it, so I didn't buy the parts and it didn't fit, so I'm the one that has to deal with putting the parts together, but I get to drive it, so we're slowly getting there. I really got to get better at filming this stuff, but the starter motor is completely on now. I'll just get the dipstick in the area and then we're going to start it. It's going to start. If we give it a crank and a... Doesn't quite want to start.
Straight out the fucking headers, baby! Woo!
Got the drive shaft bolted up here and there. We've got the dowels going through there, bolts, whatever they're called. I'm just gonna put them on. This little light is bloody killer. Super cheap auto Tool Pro brand. It was like 12 bucks or something. Comes in clutch. It's starting to get a bit dark outside now, but got the brace on for the drive shaft. There's a heat shield that goes over the drive shaft, under the exhaust, under the drive shaft, over the exhaust. Anyway, I don't remember if this brace was supposed to go on first or last, so I put it on to see how we go. I'm gonna try the heat shield now. Well, I think I found my answer. Heat shield goes on first. This brace is not gonna fit. It's dark. I think I'm done for today. I'll get back to it tomorrow. Well, this is probably the third time or so this video that I've said the complete wrong thing, because it's the next day and this does fit over the brace, not under it. So, what have you got next to do, buddy? That's right, put the exhaust on. Heat shielding, all that stuff. I have a really bad habit of losing things when I'm working on my car. This is the only bolt that I took off that I can still find. Got self-tappers, replacing the other ones. And I haven't even found the rest of the ones that I had already. But this carpet really helps me out because this dirt sucks. But there's gotta be... He's sad that he doesn't quite fit underneath here. He can squeeze, but it's uncomfortable. If you're wondering, I was definitely dropped on my head as a kid, and not because I drive a BMW, but because I left 5 out of the 6 bolts in the Aswell holes and I forgot about it. Been blessed with some lovely weather today. Lucky I'm dry. Exhaust on, got some fresh-ish hardware on there. All the way down. O2 sensor. There was this extra, I'll mention it now because someone might know. This extra plug, I can't remember. I think it just went onto the auto, but I've taped it up just in case I need it. Cable tied it, but car starts and runs without it, so should be fine. Oh, just got to put the brace back on and we are sweet. Just got to bleed the clutch now and put the interior back together. So again, I forgot to film it because I'm not the best at this, but it wasn't idling very good, and I think this is why. And also, you can't really see it. There's a hose there that's disconnected, and then that, which I have a spare of these. I just have to find it. Yeah, so this is the intake for the M44, and I was really hoping it was going to be the same. Got the what you call it here, but the mass airflow. These are different, so this has got 5 pins on the inside. That's got 4. It's also a different shape. This is like an oval, that one's round, and quite a bit different. So, shit. I wonder if I could swap the 44 intake onto the 43. I don't know, because the 44 is dual overhead cam, this is single. Don't know. Now I don't know how a professional would do this, but I don't have a spare one of these and I really want to drive this car. So I got the old strong as nails and just some silicone as well. That should keep it going for, I don't know, a couple drives at least. It runs, it just doesn't idle very nice. This should fix the idle temporarily. You know, a bit of liquid nails, bit of silicone. I'll go through and I'll like clean up all the extra bits on the inside so we don't suck it in, but it should work for now. Taking a quick lunch break. This guy decides to chew up some styrofoam I've got sitting out here, so time to clean that up. Hey, thanks for that. So I'm ready to bleed the brakes now. I've always been using this stuff, the Penrite brake fluid .4. So this is how I bleed the brakes, or clutch rather, by myself. Just get a pipe. This is off my jack. Just some sort of pipe to hold the clutch pedal down. You do the old pump it up, get under there, crack the bleeder while it's pushed down. Do that over and over. And instead of getting someone to help me out, I can just do it here while I'm by myself. Once I've bled the clutch, I'm going to start putting the interior back together. I've got a steering wheel coming hopefully next week. And yeah, I'm really hoping to drive this tonight. I'm going to go for a bit of a hills cruise with the missus if I can get it back together in time. It's actually a really nice day. It's been raining a little bit. The old Australian winter. It's pretty windy and cold. You can see the clouds over there a bit. But now she's cleared up nicely now. This thing is a mess. I'm embarrassed. Just pump her up. It's a 7mm, I think. It's either a 7mm or it's some random fucking imperial size. Either way, I don't have the spanner, so I have to use the shifter, and it's so annoying. You can see the fluid's not going down at all, so it'll probably benefit me to pump the pedal while the slave is open, just to get the fluid flowing. This hose is like just the tiniest bit too big or too malleable or something, but every now and then I have to cut the end off. Also because the shifter is like scratching it up and splitting it, as you can kind of see. I caved and bought a 7mm spanner. It was $10 for this spanner. But I need it, so got it now. Getting a bit nicer now. The intake pipe is still not perfect. A bit dodgy, but I've messaged the wreckers about whether they've got one. All back together. Just gonna finish bleeding the clutch now and see if I can put it into gear. Plenty of room for a turbo there, but well, sort of. But I reckon I'd have to go to an electric fan setup, probably straight, fuck around with this intercooler pipe as well. So looks like I got a coolant leak. I feel like I took a heater core hose off and forgot about it. That sucks. As you can see, I fucked up, guys. I fucked up. Heater hose, and there's the core. So yeah, not great, but lucky I caught it now. Put it in gear, wheels spinning, rev it. Hey, still bleeding the clutch. Getting there now, doing the old pump it up, hold it down, fucking crack her open. Taking its time, but who knows? Weather's coming in. So I've finally finished bleeding the clutch and I put it on the ground And I'm going to take it for a little spin. Alright, so that's no clutch right there. Sounds like a race car.
It does.
See what I mean? You can hear the flywheel, like it's so... Oh, that's better. Oh man.
Just feels like you haven't driven a manual in a while.
It does, but it's like a stiff clutch and a weird shifter.
Yeah,
I haven't
fair.
felt it before. Like a rubber boot or something underneath the shifter, just to make it a bit quieter. Which one am I going with?
Right.
Wait, oh man, doesn't want to hold it. Oh no, I wasn't in that. Oh, I stalled it. Oh, I stalled it again.
You got this. Oh my god. That's brilliant.
Well, there you go. Manual swap done. Test drive done. It's the morning the next day and I'm getting up and ready for work, which is why I look tired. It's early, but it's been a long time coming with this build. It's been on jack stands since January. It's July now, so it's been about 6 months. I gotta stop saying what am I thinking? I just got to put the interior back together. I'll probably start doing that after work today. Once that's done, I do need to change out the gearbox fluid. I've got a snapped off bolt on the gearbox. I don't know if I showed that. So I do need to tap and get a new bolt for that. I think that's about it. Once that's done, yeah, put the interior back together. I want to do that rubber plate underneath the shifter just to make it a little bit quieter. And it should stop it from moving as well. Other than that, it's coming together pretty well. I'm going to look at engine swapping it. The 43 is just not what I want it to be. I'm looking at probably doing an M52 or if I could find an LS or something. But that's for another day. Got plants on the fucking window there. Not bad. Thanks for watching. My next video is going to be cleaning my workspace because she's a bit rough at the moment. And just steering wheel, little things. Probably piecing the interior together in the next video. So keep an eye out for that one. I'm sure you will enjoy it just as I will enjoy putting it together. Well, I might not. We'll see. Yeah. Make sure you stick around for the next one. Leave a comment. Let us know what you liked, what you didn't like. And I will keep these videos coming. Thank you for watching.